Silence isn't a lack. Silence is the throne. It's the invisible crown kings wore before they ever spoke. It's the weapon generals carried without lifting a blade. It's the magnetic gravity sages radiated without lifting a finger. When you fear silence, you shrink into the speed of others. When you wield silence, the world sinks to your rhythm. That's the secret. Pace is power. Whoever controls the pace controls the game. And silence is the ultimate pace setter. And as you think about all the times you avoided silence, isn't it interesting that discomfort wasn't silence itself, but the meaning you gave it? Because the moment you shift that meaning, the moment you realize silence is not rejection, it's dominance. Silence is not emptiness, it's fullness. Silence is not weakness, it's control. You begin to feel it differently. And maybe you've already begun to notice how silence feels different when you see it as your ally. How silence grows stronger when you lean into it. How silence expands when you relax into it. And the more you notice, the more your unconscious repatterns itself, installing a new belief. Silence is my weapon, my pace, my ground, my power. So let's chunk it up even higher. The universe itself is mostly silence. Vast stretches of nothingness, cradling galaxies. Without silence, stars couldn't shine. Without silence, music would be noise. Without silence, life would never rest. So when you sit in silence, you're not doing nothing. You're aligning with the same principle that holds the cosmos together. Silence isn't the gap. Silence is the ground of being. And when you claim that, you claim your birthright. Which means every fear you had of silence was a fear of stepping into your true scale. You weren't afraid of quiet. You were afraid of being that big, that powerful, that still, that immovable. Now feel this. Silence isn't awkwardness. It's leadership. Silence isn't tension. It's gravity. Silence isn't weakness. It's command. Every time you hold silence, you're training others to follow your pace. You're anchoring yourself as the reference point. You're showing without words, I'm unmoved, unshaken, unbothered. That's power. And you already know people respect it, people lean in, people surrender to it. So from this moment forward, your unconscious can begin recoding. Fear of silence. It's empowerment in silence. Running from silence. It's standing ground in silence. Avoiding silence. It's yielding silence like a weapon. Skip silence. You'll always be chasing. Always adjusting to others. Always reactive. Master silence and suddenly you're leading. You set the tempo. You decide the rhythm. You bend time and attention to your will. Imagine negotiations where you say less and win more. Imagine relationships where your calm presence disarms storms. Imagine walking into a room and people feel you before you say a word. That's not mystical, that's practical. And the science backs it. Silence lowers stress hormones, which sharpens your clarity. Silence stimulates brain growth in the hippocampus, which makes you smarter. Silence calms the body, which radiates confidence. Silence is biohacking. Silence is strategy. Silence is sovereignty. So now, as you let this drop even deeper, notice how your unconscious can claim this as identity. I'm the one who owns silence. I'm the one who sets the pace. I'm the one who cannot be rushed, cannot be rattled, cannot be moved. I'm the gravity that others orbit. Every pause you hold now becomes a declaration of power. Every silence that you yield becomes an anchor of sovereignty. Every quiet moment becomes a crown on your head. And from this point forward, silence isn't your enemy, it's your throne. Here's the blunt reality. If you're afraid of silence, you'll always be a slave to noise. If you own silence, you'll always be a master of yourself and the room. So choose. Stay a victim of static, or rise as the sovereign of silence. Run from yourself, or stand in yourself. Chase noise, or radiate presence. Because the man or woman who's unafraid of silence, that's the one who sets the pace of the world. And that one is you.